I can already tell. Looks like this is gonna be one hell of a party!
Back in 2003, Dante and the Devil May Cry name had been dethroned from its heroic status that Devil May Cry 1 had instilled from the word go. The development team Capcom Studio 1 were in dire need of a success if they were to stay afloat. So as a last-ditch effort, they decided to make, only the best action game to have ever come out.
Sorry, not open for business yet.
To say that Devil May Cry 3 was the Hail Mary that the franchise so desperately needed would be the understatement of the century. Not only did Devil May Cry 3 fix the series' reputation after it was being compromised for the mishandling of the much anticipated second game,
crap like that doesn't interest me.
But it had in many ways surpassed Devil May Cry 1, a game which had already proven being worth its salt. It fixed many of the shortcomings both those initial titles just weren't able to achieve, and raised the bar for what a character action game, or a hack and slash game, or whatever buzzword for action games should feel and look like. Its superb, stylish action game feel wouldn't be taught for many years to come, and heck, even to this day, it's still my personal favorite Devil May Cry. Despite some obvious enhancements on its revolutionary mechanics, after some obvious refinement over the years, it really did set the gold standard for these games, and I can't stress how well it's aged for being nearly 20 years old. Speaking of being nearly 20 years old, we now follow a juvenile 19-year-old Dante, as this narrative will serve as the series' origin story, preceding all events that have taken place and that will take place in future DMC titles. Dante had already been established as this wisecracking, braggadocious demon hunter, oozing with charisma as he blew through his enemies with ease, all while retaining a lighthearted spirit in the face of evil. He did have the essence of maturity and selflessness sprinkled throughout that first game though, making him feel really balanced and, human. A bit of that luster had been lost in the second game, to put it mildly, so Dante's newfound cockiness in Devil May Cry 3 was most likely a prioritized revision on the devs' part to compensate for how bastardized Dante's image had become. And my oh my, could I have not been more happier for a drastic character change. Dante in DMC3 is an absolute riot to observe from start to finish, not exclusively to the cutscenes, but also so much of his vibrant exuberance exudes from the moment-to-moment gameplay. Even his choice of attire displays how unbothered he is, from untidy, dirty boots to eating a full pepperoni pizza shirtless. Now that's some confidence. This was all possible through Ruben Langdon's killer performance, providing the definitive Dante voice and even performing the mocap for the character, since this was the first DMC game to utilize motion capture technology. Likeable as Dante in DMC1 was set out to be, he could come off as wooden in his delivery at times or just an overtly cheesy cornball.
I'm his son, Dante. Sweet dreams.
But this new rebel without a cause attitude Langdon provides brings so much more personality and energy to the character that when you meet this Dante, you can't help but fall in love with the character all over again. I love how if you sit idle long enough, he begins to grow impatient, tapping his foot as if he's Sonic the Hedgehog, egging you on to continue because there's so much cool stuff just waiting around the corner. Taunts are back and better than before. They serve the same purpose mechanically as they did in the first game, but it's also expanded upon by offering unique provocations dependent on your current style rank. Getting under your enemy's skin makes your victor that much sweeter.
You scared?
Acting all nonchalant in the face of adversity. It's awesome. Although newcomers could be sweating bullets, Dante's swagger vicariously infects a sense of confidence in the player's demeanor, encouraging a more aggressive playstyle because, let's face it, it's a dog-eat-dog world out there. Riffing on his foes as if they were merely playthings in his sandbox, not deserving of any respect or honor. While it's fun to see how cool as a cucumber this archetype can reach, when Dante's serious side takes effect, it makes you that much more glued in on the situation, that if this guy is taking this situation seriously, then your attention probably shouldn't be diverted either. One of the few people who will humble Dante is his older twin brother Vergil, who makes his debut officially in this game. I say officially because he was Nilo Angelo in DMC3, but this prequel will show how that misfortune transpires, and it's really cool to see the brothers' dynamic and relationship develop and unfold, because Dante seems entirely unaffected reuniting with his corrupted brother once again in the first game. But of course, chalk that up to the franchise not being established yet. After their first battle, Vergil bests Dante in combat, and we get to see pure angst and struggle from Dante, which is definitely a first for the character. This is also where Dante discovers his devil trigger.
I see a devil inside you has awakened as well.
And it's here we see Dante's awakening, not only in his newfound powers, but also his rude awakening that he's not as untouchable as he thought he was. Although he throws that point out the window by jumping off the top level of the Tim and the Gru, showcasing superhuman feats I don't think he's really topped in the series, if you don't count his impeccable moonwalk. Through all the trials and tribulation Dante faces, he starts to mature and come into his own, seeing the bigger picture and what his destiny has laid out for him, while also making a worthwhile friend along the way. We get to see the revelation that this punk kid who fought through all the odds started to transition to the legendary demon hunter Dante, finding purpose in the fight, finding his true self within his tangled lineage, even finding the coolest, catchiest name for his shop, proving that he wasn't just all talk, that he walks his walk, and any demon targeted from within the doors of Devil May Cry better run or hide.